You cannot tell. No, we no. If you come over here with that crap, like no. I'm Maddie,
And I'm Carolyn.
and we're okay. Ready?
Yeah.
And we're just some podcast. Why didn't you do it?
I thought you said that we weren't doing it. I thought we were doing that. I thought you were doing it with me. Oh, and we're just some podcast.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
No, you
No,
ain't.
you ain't.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing today?
Hey, that's a perfectly normal opening to today's episode. Okay,
dude,
Carolyn,
that's so
do you want
funny.
to tell the people what we're doing today?
Hello, the people. We are doing a tier list of dystopian books and movies in lieu of the new Hunger Games book coming out.
It's already out.
Well,
It's
it
already
is.
out.
Yeah, it's already there.
It's
It's
out,
already on
and
shelves in people's hearts.
it's definitely in my heart, and it definitely is shattered. And we'll definitely
Um,
talk about it. We
yeah, so
should.
we're just going to rank all of the movies and the books separately because some of them have really good adaptations, some of them not so much.
Most of them.
So
Well,
actually,
yeah.
I feel like most of the dystopian movies kind of killed it, but it's like not all the source material was good. Like the book had to
Yeah.
be good to start with too, and so
Yes. It's
sometimes that
also
didn't work. But
like in that time, it was really good. It's just like nostalgia.
oh yeah, it was the vibe.
I think that was my alarm to join the Zoom call because I got the time zones wrong. Fine. It's fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine.
It's okay.
Um,
It's not like we live so far away or anything.
Dude, don't even make me cry. Okay, well, Carolyn, what are we watching and reading this week? Let
Dude,
me
you
guess,
already know.
queso?
Dude, actually,
Yeah.
not much at all. I mean, yeah, queso. He's been on the background. In fact, the addiction, the obsession has gone so bad that I was having dinner with Zach and I was like, what time does queso start streaming? We have to get back before he starts
You have a
streaming.
problem. You're a real
So
problem.
I see that I have a problem. I'm going to rehab for it.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, I haven't really read or watched much of anything because I've been editing so much, and I've been editing so much that I've been getting migraines. Like I'm literally staring at my computer editing for so many
Yikes.
hours that I'm getting migraines. So, hey,
That sounds like great. That sounds like
it's
a
all
great
part of
time.
the fun.
Yes, of course, always
So
and forever.
it's worth it. Okay,
You got the thumbs up.
we did.
Where
But
can you
yeah, it's
get
been rough.
this? Damn it! I thought it was gonna be perfect timing.
Is it gonna? No, no fireworks for you. Let's see if I can get hearts. No, no hearts for me either.
I can't get.
This,
There you
there
go.
you go.
Okay, so then where the hell are my fireworks?
There
There
you
you
go.
go. Jeez Louise Zoom,
Um,
you're supposed to be on my side, man.
yeah, so I haven't watched much of anything, but my mom and Liz are visiting this weekend, and so
Just for fun.
yeah, no, Liz has got orientation for UNC. So it's very
Nice.
exciting. And Liz brought is bringing the new Hunger Games book for me to borrow so I can read it. So I'm super excited.
Yes! Those fireworks are for Liz. It's trying really hard over here. That sounds like fun, dude. This
Yeah.
it's a great book.
So on Monday morning, I'm just gonna be like
And if you ever have any
smoking a
questions,
cigarette, drinking a glass of whiskey,
if you have
tears streaming
any
down.
questions about any character, anything, you let me know because I know everything.
Yeah, because I did not read the in-between book. I did not read this Ballad of
It's just
Snakes. I didn't read the
songbirds
Hunger.
and snakes. You're close.
Yeah, we're almost there.
You're
I didn't read that one. I
close.
want to, but I care more about Haymitch and I want to read that one first, so I'm just gonna read it first.
Well, no, no. Like I think you need to
I
watch
could watch the
Ballad of Song.
movie.
You need to watch the movie at least because I mean, we'll get into it because it is on this list, but Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, it's a great book to where you get to understand a different side of Snow and how he got to where he is and like all these things. And it makes sense in Sunrise because you're putting pieces
Okay.
together.
I'll
You
watch the
either
Hunger
have
Games
to read the
musical.
damn book like we all did or watch the movie. If you watch the movie, you might miss a few things, but again, I am a Hunger Games expert. So if you have any questions, I'm here to help you. I love Hunger Games. Anyways, we'll get into that. But yeah.
Yeah. What are
So
our
I'm glad.
categories today?
Yeah, I'm not watching or reading anything either. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let's just move
Maddie,
on.
we just talked about what you're reading, which is Hunger Games.
I finished it. No, it's
Did,
fine. I
have
don't
you
care.
started anything since? I assumed that you were gonna do this, where you're gonna be like, I just have to cry and process this for the next week.
Oh
But did you
no.
start a new
I
book?
I did start a new book. But it's
Oh, what
fine.
is
Let's
it?
just move
No,
on.
no, no, no. Tell me what it is, please. I'm begging you. Please,
That's
I'm on
like
my
the
hands
way
and knees.
that's the way that Theo texts. No, I'm begging you, please. Like
Most
that's
robotic thing
so
you've ever
funny.
seen. Once again, I'm telling
Exactly.
you, and I've said it again and again and again. Theo is an AI robot sent to test us
Oh, a
to
million
see if
percent.
we will
Yeah.
notice if someone is AI or not.
Oh, yeah. Totally. He's not gonna listen to this, so buddy,
So he'll never know.
he'll never
He'll never
know.
know what we truly think.
I'm reading a book called Don't Be in Love by Leanna Sincotti.
Is it cute? Is it good?
Well, I'm only like in the first chapter. So,
Right.
right. So,
Was it
here I
crispy?
am. Was it? Right?
Right. Right.
I'm ready. I'm ready. No, you
Oh,
ain't.
you
Okay.
wait. So that's what's going through Maddie
I
and
don't
I's
know
head
what,
this week.
dude. So, guys, of course, the tears is what we like to usually do. At the very bottom, we have How About You Throw Me Off a Bridge? Okay, this
Yeah.
is the worst of the worst. I have read it, I've watched it, I absolutely hated it. Get it out of my sight. Seems about
Don't
right,
ever
right?
talk to me. If you bring it up, I'm just gonna be upset for the rest of the day. And then next we have Are You Drunk? Which is my favorite
Sorry, I got a
category.
message. Yes, the next category is Are You Drunk? Which is
Makes me laugh every time, makes me giggle.
Are You Drunk?
Were you drunk when you wrote it? Were you drunk when you filmed it? Were you drunk when we were
Did
forced to
you
watch it?
go on vacation for 2 weeks and write an entire book and just call it art?
Yeah, and say, you know what? That's good. No editor needed. We're fine. Shit
Yeah,
ships
we're fine.
tomorrow.
And then the middle is we agree. We like it. This is
Just
where
fine.
me and Carolyn are arguing off screen and
Or on screen.
or on screen, and we just like, you know what, just put it there because we're obviously not going to agree on this. So then up is I'm not sleeping. I'm thinking about it all day. This is, not the best of the best, but we love it. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like
We
that's
can recognize that it's not the most high quality, but we're still in it,
it's
We're enjoying
nostalgic.
it.
Yes. And then the final category. I will throw up because I love it so much. I love it.
I just can't wait for every single Hunger Games thing to be on that. And then the
I'm
rest
already
is like
throwing
on the
up. I'm already
bottom.
thrown up, dude. Of course, of course, of course, of course,
Of course.
of course. Who do you think I am, man? Okay, so let's start off with this book that you did not read, unfortunately.
I did not. I have not read all. Hey, disclaimer, I have not read all the books on here. I will not speak on the books I have not read because I'm not a simpleton, but I've not read all these books.
It's like crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, like really aggressive. Um, so This first book is called The Program. I don't know if any of our listeners have read this, but this was a huge book when I was in middle school. Loved it. I ate it up. I don't know if it still stands like to today. It was definitely a love triangle, and she definitely went for the bad boy,
Ooh.
which I definitely liked as a younger kid. And the second book, I remember my librarian at the time, he he would always get like the ARC version of the book. He got the ARC of the second book, and he knew I loved the first one, and so I had to bribe him to give me the ARC for the second book, and it was not as good, I have to say.
He said,
But
and it
that's fine.
wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth
It
the
wasn't
bribe.
worth it. Dude, because I worked in the library at that time. Like, I was like checking books out and putting them on the shelf. I had to deep clean the shelves in order to get this book. So I'm gonna put it as uh I'm gonna go we agree we like it, even though you never read it, but we like it is the main point of this program. Okay, did you
Um,
ever read Matched?
no, I didn't read Matched. I was thinking I would read a funny review of the program since
Oh
we're on
yeah,
it.
bring it here.
Unfortunately, this was before people made funny reviews, because this book is a little bit older. So like on Goodreads, it'll be like legit reviews that are like actual criticism. Because my favorite ones on Goodreads are just like he was wearing skinny jeans and then it's 1 star. That's the
Yes,
funniest thing. And I think
love
that
it.
one was for Court of Thorns. And it just said like Resand is wearing skinny jeans the entire time, and then it was one
Oh,
star.
for sure.
And I was like, that's so funny. But this is like actual complaints, so I'm not gonna read those because that's not as funny.
People
But my favorite
say.
one, my favorite one that I've seen was just WTF, and it has
That's
2 likes.
it?
Yeah,
That's
it just
it?
says one
That
star. You can't read
WTF?
it.
That's
It
it?
just
What the
says
frick?
WTF, and then it's 1 star with no
It's,
context, nothing.
I mean, yeah, well, when was that comment made? Just
In
curious.
2023.
Okay, totally. I could totally see it. Like, I don't think this book would hold up anymore. Like, it's definitely,
This
I
one
don't
from
know.
2021 says 1 star. This book invented depression. Thanks, Suzanne. And I don't know
It's
the
a book
context.
about depression.
Exactly. That's why I think it's funny. But here I'll read a good 5 star review too, okay? Because this has a
Okay,
really good review on Goodreads. Like the program has a
let's see.
4 stars, which is pretty
That
high
is good.
for Goodreads. Yeah, I believe you. I just think it's funny to read bad reviews,
I
especially
know.
when they're like, my favorite is reading bad reviews that then the person leaving the bad review gets mad because people are like, that was kind of
Being mad
mean.
at them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, that was a mean review. And they're like, don't be mad at me for being mean. Okay.
People,
And I think that's funny.
relax.
I think that's funny as hell. Um, shoot, now it's not loading. Anyways, WTF was our 1 star rating for the program.
I love it.
So
Okay, well, I can't believe you didn't read Match. That's so sad.
I think I started it. I just don't think I finished it. Because I
Okay.
very much remember it being like on my like bedside table. And I very much
Yeah.
recognize the cover and I remember all the books, but
I'm
I
gonna
don't
go
think
we
I
agree
ever
like it.
finished it.
I loved it. I don't think I continued the whole series because I got busy with another book that's on this list, but I do remember enjoying the first book. So I will put it in there. I don't know how many reviews it's got. I don't even know what the rating is on
The
Goodreads for
rating
Matched.
is 3.62 for a matched. Not bad.
I feel
Not
it.
bad. Not great. Not bad.
I mean, I get it.
No, just no from 2015. Who? He?
This
What are you
person
reading?
said, this is a quote, or not a quote, but this is a comment that someone, I mean, it's a long 2-star rating from 2014. Okay, but this person said, if all borrowed dystopian ideas are stripped away, what is left is a G-rated teen romance affair with an obligatory love triangle and magical love connections. Even the male love interests are the same old tired cliches, a sweet and loyal best friend type and a mysterious hurt emo type quoting poetry. Yawn, yawn, yawn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I could
Do
read a
you
thousand books with that same storyline,
exactly,
and I'm still eating it up.
do you not like to be entertained? Because hello?
I can understand. It's like I can get it because it's like sometimes you read the same tropes over and over again, and then you get to one that's like badly written. It's the same tropes,
Yeah.
but it's badly written, and then you're like, okay, this is boring. But I feel like if it's well written, I can deal with the same tropes every dang day, dude. Every
Yeah.
dang day.
I just think it's an interesting concept book, but fine. I guess some of us will just enjoy it ourselves, alone. The next one, The Host.
The host. So this is the last of the list of ones. So there's a few sprinkled in, but this is
Wait,
the last of the long list of ones I haven't read.
wait, where's the movie?
Oh, I swear I put it in there. Hold on. Oh,
Carolyn, you had one.
you'll have to
No, I
put them
see it.
together.
No,
Oh,
I
wait,
see it.
is
It's right
there?
there. It's right here.
Oh,
I
oh,
found it.
oh.
Okay, The Host. I'm with.
No, it's
Oh,
fine.
the book was so. Carolyn, please, we cannot do this in public right now. I'm gonna go with we agree we like it since you didn't read it. Yeah, and
Wah,
you
wah.
didn't watch the movie either.
I did see I didn't see the movie, but I've seen it might have been Dylan's in Trouble. He might have done a trailer review of it, I feel like. Because I
Oh,
so
probably.
recognize it. I so
Probably.
recognize like the movie poster and it's oh my gosh, I need to look up her name because Elena's gonna scream.
Elena's yelling right now.
She
Elena's
is.
texting us actively right now, screaming the name, all in caps.
Yes, Saoirse. Oh, Saoirse. It's Saoirse.
Saoirse. Thank you,
Saoirse
Saoirse.
Ronan.
That might still be wrong. I feel like I'm saying that wrong still, but it's okay.
Google says that's
Um,
how you say it. Google says
okay.
it's Saoirse
Well, Google
Ronan.
can lie.
That's true. It has lied before.
It's
Yeah,
tricked
I
us
love
before.
her. So I really need to watch this. Was this her breakout role then? Okay, now I gotta look it up.
No, I don't think it's her
She's
breakout
been
role.
acting a long time. Well, yeah, but like it doesn't mean like her first, but like her first role where we're like,
Oh,
oh,
I
that's Saoirse,
see.
like, you know,
I would
because she's
say,
been in everything, it seems like, since she was a kid.
yeah, but I think she was in The Lovely Bones before this. So my final answer, her breakout was The Lovely Bones. That's my, or maybe
Oh,
Atonement. She wasn't an
dude,
Atonement.
she's in Atonement. She was in City of Ember, which we were going to talk about on this, but we decided not to.
Oh,
I
she
do remember her from City of Ember.
was.
Okay, so she's been in everything. Her breakout was in everything, so it's fine.
Yeah, she's
Um,
fine. She's fantastic, but I really love her and I do love the acting in this movie. I love the whole thing. I'm gonna go with I'm Not Sleeping because I actually do still think about this movie because
so you liked the movie more than the book?
I did. Like the book, I thought the book was still really good, but I don't think about the book as much as I thought about the movie.
Yeah, that's
I just thought it
fair.
was really well done. Now, there might be some people who disagree with that, but I don't care. So, that's my answer for that. Next,
We should save, we should, I know you're excited. I
are
feel like
you
we should save
serious? You want to
all of
say?
Hunger Games for the end. I think we should.
Oh,
Because
you're
we're
gonna
going
make
to
me
talk about
throw
it the
up.
most.
I know. Fine, fine, fine. What do you think about Ender's Game, Carolyn?
Okay, Ender's Game.
Yeah, I like the book.
I liked it too, but it's not a book that I thought about all the time. Like I enjoyed it. It's well written, but it wasn't one that I was like, and I'm never gonna sleep again. You know, it's good.
Yeah. This is
And the
very
movie,
opposite of our tropes because in our tropes, it was everything was I will throw up, and now all of these are we agree we like it.
wah, wah.
Wah,
I would
wah.
say for the movie, I would say the movie was Are You Drunk? I did not think the movie was that good. I didn't
I
think it was that
totally
good
agree.
of a adaptation to the book. Like it was just
Yes.
like Harrison Ford's in this. Hey, love Harrison Ford, and I'm
Love
happy
Harrison
he's
Ford.
there. Okay, and I'm
Hmm.
happy he's there. And then it was the kid from, oh my gosh. He was in that. Do you remember that other movie? I gotta find it now. Now I
Dude,
gotta find it.
you can't ask me these
I
things.
know, I gotta
Can't
find it.
ask me.
But anyways, like it just felt very like here's all the action and it didn't put enough emphasis on like why his decisions were so important. And that's like the main
Oh,
point of the book. So I felt like it didn't
yeah.
do the book justice.
Totally. This was one of the movies that our librarian, I don't know if you went, I'm pretty sure you did, but it was like our librarian at the time had like an after school thing where if you rented out this certain book and the movie came out, we would all go together and we go to the movie so that we could talk about comparing and contrasting. Did you ever go to those things?
I did not go, but I do remember them
So
like
Ender's
happening.
Game was one of them, and same with The Maze
Maze
Runner.
Runner? Yeah.
Yes. And so when I think of Ender's Game, I think of how like on the way we're top on the way back to the school to be picked up by our parents, the entire time we're like, that was horrible.
It was not good, dude. It
That
was
was
good. It
not
wasn't good.
good. Like comparing it from the book to the movie, it was just like,
Honestly, it might even be how about you throw me off a bridge? It
okay,
might be throw
okay.
me off a
Oh, we're
bridge.
going there. Okay. I'm game.
It was
I'm
just
game,
not
girl.
good. But the kid was in Hugo. That's what I was thinking of. And I remember that
Yeah.
was like fresh on the brain when that movie came out. I was like, oh my gosh, that's the kid from the
hmm
other movie. Dude, Divergent.
Divergent.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I ate this book up. I read
Me
it so
too.
fast. I was obsessed with it. It was
I
the
liked
time.
the
Okay, it was the
book.
time we're both what 12 years old reading this book. It's the best. I loved it so much. I would say I'm not sleeping because I really liked that one when it
I
came out.
100%
Okay, when I
agree.
was 13 and I read it, I was like
Hey,
this,
hey, no one's mad at you. No one's mad at you. I
but
mean,
the
maybe some
movies,
people.
dude,
The movies,
movies are
I
tough.
can't t don't say that because I'm the opposite. I loved the movies and I could you could call me biased, okay? Because I love Shailene Woodley because she was in a show I used to watch called The Secret Life of the American Teenager. So I grew up loving her.
Yeah,
And I do like Divergent, but I like the second movie more than the first one. I don't think we added it on here, but I love the movie. I like the movie more than the book, in my personal opinion. But that's
that's
because I can
crazy.
see how cute Theo James is. You know,
Yeah,
I
that's fair. I
just
mean, it was the time.
it was
Like
the
at the time,
time.
dude, we were eating those
So
up, and I haven't seen it since. And I don't know,
I'm
you
put
know.
I've watched it like 2 weeks ago. Okay. I'm putting in I'm not sleeping. Okay. Anytime an edit of Divergent comes onto my For You page on TikTok, I'm watching it. I'm putting it in my saves. You cannot tell. No. We, no. If you come over here with that crap, like, no. The movie was fantastic. I don't care. I'm saying on business.
I just still can't believe that the fourth movie never came out. Like that always baffles me because the fourth movie was like marketed. Like
Yeah.
they had
Well,
marketing that it was coming out and then it just never came out, which doesn't happen super often. It does happen, but it doesn't happen that often where it's like the marketing's done already and then they cancel it. Like that's pretty crazy.
like from what I remember, yeah. The reason why I think that it didn't come out was because of the ending in the book four.
Well, yeah, the ending of the book is terrible. And then the fourth one it was I think it was they did like what they always do, which was to split the last book into two so they could make more money. Hey, it didn't work out. But also it was the end of the era. Like people were tired of
hmm
dystopians by then. And everyone's like,
Yeah.
cool, I'm not gonna go see this, you
And the
know?
two enemies in this book went on to become lovers in a different movie. And then the two people who play siblings went off to play Fault in Our Stars, again, lovers in a different movie. So, yeah. I really think people didn't care about the book four because I know I didn't. Like I was like, I really don't care. Especially after the ending, it's like, why the frick are you gonna make a movie about killing Triss and then getting this guy to go with her best friend?
Yeah,
Huh?
that ending was
It was
terrible. It was the
weird.
worst ending ever. I think that's why I don't like it. I think because that's what I think of now when I
Yeah.
think about
So I
Divergent. I
definitely
just
think
think
she
about the
was,
end, which was
yeah,
terrible.
I definitely think she was drunk when she wrote that.
Yeah, that
1000%.
last one, definitely. Fifth Wave, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Fifth Wave was okay, and then we've already disclosed our feelings for the movie, which was terrible.
I don't think we disclosed it on camera.
Oh yeah, hey, the Fifth Wave. Hey, spoilers. The Fifth
Hey,
Wave
hey,
movie was
spoilers ahead,
terrible.
guys. We didn't like the movie.
I
No,
thought
but
the book had me in, like I was sucked in. Like I loved the book. But the movie was
the
so bad.
movie, it had some good parts, but I don't remember it at all because
Because it was
I just
bad.
didn't like it. I just didn't like it. It just I'm gonna go with Are You Drunk? Because it's like they read the book and then it was like they asked AI what it was about, and then they just did bullet points. Like it wasn't like they told the
That's
actual
awesome.
story. I mean, I know AI wasn't really around back then, but man,
That's so funny.
it's just brutal. Okay, dude, The Giver.
Dude, The Giver.
Giver.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sleeping on both the book and the movie. I love the movie
I
so
totally
much.
agree.
And that
Whenever
book's
I
great too.
whenever I think about the movie, I think about the apple. I only picture an apple when I think about the movie.
Hmm.
It's really good.
It's just so well done. It was such a good adaptation and it was so intriguing. Like it kept all the really good parts of the book in. And sometimes they just
Yeah.
take out, the parts that kept you interested in the book. And they did a great job. It was great.
Yeah.
Great
So I'm not
cast
sleeping.
too. Oh my gosh, that
The
guy went on to
Giver?
be, and Elena loves him. He went on to be Robin in the Titans show, which no hate, but
Yes.
like the most hate I could ever give. That show's terrible. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Okay,
how about
I
you
tried
watch
to.
yourself?
No, did you watch Titans? Did you
Yeah, I
watch
did. It was really
Titans?
bad.
Yeah, it's the
Yes, I did. It
worst
was really
show
bad.
I've
Hey,
ever
I'm just,
seen.
hey, 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 my hands are up, okay? Hey, hey, it was a
So
joke.
bad. And
I'm just
and
kidding.
like there were parts of it that were okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I kept watching it. And it just, I don't even want to say it fell off. It started bad. It never was good. And then it just got progressively worse.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Elena.
Elena's blocking us on right
It's
now.
like Elena's subtweeting us right now.
Okay, next one. You did not read this.
I did not read
This
Inhuman.
this is
No.
for Elena. This is for Elena. We had to wait 7 years. Elena already knows what it is. We had to wait 7 years for the second book to it. It was fantastic. It's a book called Inhuman. Now, I'm upset that you haven't read it, Carolyn, because it like
I know.
in the time it was so good. I still think about this to this day. I have no words. I just have no words about it because
It's
I
always
just loved it.
crazy the ones that went like viral, quote unquote, like the books that everyone read and that we're obsessed with, and the ones that just like went completely below the radar,
Yeah, and like
even
Cat
though they were good.
Falls, she wrote quite a few books that I loved. She wrote one called like she had a Riptide, which is it's another part of the series, different series of hers. Yeah, I love all of Cat Falls books. Cat Falls, if you're listening to this, I love you.
You listen to this, careful, don't fall over. Sorry, that was really stupid, but that's just what I kept thinking. You were like cat falls. I was like, where? Hey, maybe we take that out.
Hey,
Hey, sorry about
love
that,
it.
everyone.
Hey, it's fine.
Maze Runner. Hey, freaking love the Maze
Hey,
Runner. So we both talked about this. We both only read the first book to the series. But
yes.
I watched all the movies because my friend Adina was obsessed with them, and so I did end up going to all of the movies. Um,
Really?
yeah, I think I saw all of them in theaters.
Nice.
Um,
I think I stopped after the first one. Not because it was bad or anything, but because I like literally just forgot about it. Like I forgot it was like a thing.
I really liked those. They were really fun and like intense in a fun way and like a little bit scary, but not too scary, so I could watch them.
Hmm.
So I really liked them.
And it's Dylan
Um,
O'Brien
and hey,
from
and hey,
Teen
still O'Brien.
Wolf, man. Teen Wolf.
Um, yeah, Maze Runner.
Where we
Dude,
find it,
I
dude.
don't know. I loved the book, but I didn't love it enough to finish it. So finish the series, you know? So I probably would say Maze Runner was in We Agree We Like It. And then
Okay.
I would say I really liked the movies though.
The movie was really good.
But I think it's just liked it though, because it's not like I've seen them multiple
Okay.
times, you know?
I get
You
you.
know?
Hmm.
But they were good.
Okay.
Oh,
The
dude, I want to
last
go
one
back to the
before
Oh.
the real talk is the selection.
The selection, dude,
The
I will throw up
selection.
because I like it so much. I reread that series. I think that's the series I've reread the most. Okay, and I'm not saying like, wow,
The
it's the
best book
top,
ever.
it's not the best. I understand it's not like the best writing, it's not the best whatever, it's not the best whatever. I don't care. I ate it up. I ate up the story. I loved it. It was
Dude,
the it was my favorite like
dude,
balance of like romance and the world is ending and I'm just
I
in
just
The
loved it.
Bachelor. Okay, this is so fun. It's
Yes, I
so
thought it was
fun.
really well done. I love the book,
And all
especially like
books
the
are
first meeting when she like yells at the prince and whatever, and he's like totally like, oh wow, I kind of like this girl. I mean it up.
oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to reread them
And
again.
then in the one, hey,
It's so good.
spoiler, it's been out for years, but when she gets shot in book three,
Oh my gosh.
dude, like
The third book is my favorite book. It's my
for
favorite book. And
sure,
I
my
always am
favorite
like,
one.
oh, it could be the second one because I like the second one. The first one's good, but it's like a little slower than the other two. But like once stuff starts going on like outside of the palace, it just gets crazy. Oh,
Yeah,
dude, I'm gonna say I will
I
throw up because I love it so much.
I'm throwing it up. I'm throwing up. Like, but I just no, I do love book three because the most happens in book three, but book two will always have a special place in my heart
Oh,
because
book
I
two is
read
so
it
good.
before book one and then was confused. I'm pretty sure I
Yes, which
told that
is really
story for
funny.
you.
Yes, I think you have, but it's so
I
funny.
I know, and I still have, dude. I still have that copy. Hey, Mr. Fleming, if you're listening to this, close your ears because I do still have the copy. And let me see. I wonder if I can find it. Should I find it? It's
But
it's it's find it. Here, hold. I'm gonna find it.
I'll tell the story of all the failed makes of this into a movie. So this they've been promising us a selection movie slash TV series since like 2014. And I remember the first time because I want to say it might be on one of the covers of the books where it says like soon to be a major motion picture, you know, how they have those on there. Like we've been excited about a potential show or movie since these came out. And I don't want it to happen like The Uglies. Like I don't want it to happen where The Uglies was a book that everyone loved because of the time period and it was like the fad at the time. And then they made the movie 15 years later and everyone's like that was terrible and no one even cares about this anymore. So why is this being made? But the selection, yeah, it's had casts, it was even shot, I want to say. And I want to say it was the guy from, like, at least a pilot was shot. The guy from um, Narnia, who plays the older brother, was
Yes.
supposed to play the prince. And I will
Delicious.
forever mourn that because I was like, that's the most perfect casting that's ever happened. Oh my goodness. And I'll find his name. Elena, I'll find his name. I'll find his name. I'm finding his name.
Okay, dude, I
Um,
found it. I found all of my things. I'm not including the um because there's books called like The Heir and another one, The Crown, which is like a technically a part of the series because like it follows the characters, but it follows like America's daughter. I'm not including those because I didn't like them. Um, okay. So here's the first book. I don't know what happened to the cover of it, but I thought I lost this book. I texted every single person I knew and I was like, where is my selection book? And turns out I put this um I put a different book sleeve on this book, so I actually had it all along. So I apologize to anyone I texted. Um, dude. Aw, it's from the stamp. Look, you got me that stamp.
I did.
Dude, I
Okay,
keep
I
it.
fear I may have been lied to about this. It
Dude,
may have been a fan
2012.
casting from way back when that I believed.
I mean, I
Um,
believe that.
but there's
First,
been many times when this has been picked up and then immediately canceled. Like picked up, casted, possibly shot. I don't know if it's ever gone to shooting.
yeah.
But
Dude,
I'm
this
pretty
book is
sure a
done.
pilot was shot when they were making
There
when they
was
were
a
thinking about
pilot
making a
shot.
TV show.
There
And
was a pilot
then
shot. Because it was
scrapped.
picked up by the CW. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. But
I
dude,
think
this is
you're
the
right.
first edition. 2012.
Dude.
It's not in good condition. Because
They
look at
made
that.
two different pilots of it. Like they were really trying to sell this. Like the CW
Dude,
made two pilots.
I'm telling you, they really did
Two.
try. Okay, Mr. Fleming, close your ears because here is the advanced reader's copy edition. Are you ready? It is beat up. I let so many people borrow this book, which was my first mistake. This is another first edition. Call out the servants, the queen is awake for mom. That's so sweet. Okay, look at that.
Oh my gosh, dude, I have to
Advanced.
read it. I have to read it
I
again.
have to reread this. I'm gonna keep them out. I need to
This
tape this
is
book back
crazy. Like
together.
this is the legit thing. I'm not joking.
Okay, and then
This is
this
so
is the book
sad.
three, the one. Again,
And
I
it looks like in
lost.
the first pilot it is correct. It is supposed to be. Yes, please show me the books.
Okay, this is book three. I don't have a cover for it anymore though.
Oh, I freaking love the way she did the covers of these books.
2014. She really released these year after year.
She did, dude. And I remember because we read them when the second book was out. So the third book wasn't even out yet. And that was why I never finished Harry Potter because Harry Potter I was reading Harry Potter and then the one came out and I was like dropping everything. I'm
Look,
reading the
this was supposed
one.
to be this was released on 5/13.
Dude,
That's crazy.
I just remember us going to that because Mr. Fleming loved Maddie so much, we would get to go and look at all the books that he got before they were officially like released. And that was on the table, and we were both like, we have to read this one. And it was
Hmm.
crazy.
And then I was confused on what was happening.
And then I
Because
remember you
literally,
talked to me the next day, you were like, so found out this is not the right book. We have to read the other one first.
yeah, because the first line of it is uh the air was quiet and for a while I lay still listening to the sound of Maxon's breathing. I was like, who's Maxon? I'm lost. And then I went to Mr. Fleming and he was like, you idiot. I was like, oh, duh.
And
Silly me.
it was like the first series we read together, so it's very
Yeah.
magical.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
Yeah.
magical.
Because I had a lime green room, same as Carolyn. Both have
Yeah.
lime green rooms, and we're both reading the girl. You're
We're
my
both
best
reading the
friend.
selection, and now we're about to call her up and be like, "Can we just make it? Can we make the movie,
Girl,
please?"
you're my best friend. She's gonna have to let us do it.
She's going to.
Rebel, dude. In
I need to
book
read them
three,
again.
dude, I have to read it again. But dude, in book three, when the rebels show up at the castle and they're like, "Oh, we want you two to be together so that she can help us," and Maxon's like, "What?" Like he like totally starts getting like angry because like they had that whole situation. Do you remember?
Hmm.
Oh, when the rebels attack the castle and she runs into the forest and the tr dude, and then she sees the rebels dumping out their backpacks of the books, and she's up in the
Dude,
tree and she can see are you serious? Are you kidding
it's
me?
so good. I need to read it again.
I'm throwing up.
And then we're about to watch this unaired pilot and talk about it. Say if it was good or not. We'll let you guys know later if it was good.
Okay, so now we can finally get to my favorite.
Dude,
Dude,
The Hunger Games. All right, book
I
one. Where we put them?
can
Honestly,
I
put them
just
all. Put them
I
all
just
and
put them
not
all
throw
and I
up.
throw up. Um, okay, Hunger Games. 1,000,000%. Because you read these books, right?
Yes.
Okay. Catching Fire, I like this one
This is
more
my
than the
favorite one.
OG. This is my
Yeah,
favorite
this is
one
my
because the
favorite one
most
too.
happens.
I would say Mockingjay is it would be second tier for me. Like
I
it's still a
agree.
great book,
I
but like the
agree.
other two, fire.
I'm only saying that because of what happens to Peeta and Mockingjay, and I still not have forgiven Suzanne Collins for it. I
No,
under
I hate it.
The thing is though, I understand why. Like
Yeah, I feel like she always wrote them so well that
she
like
writes
because
so
also the like memory erasing trope is like I'm gonna kill you with a gun. Like I hate that trope. But she writes it so well that it's like I'm gonna kill you with a
yeah.
gun, but it was good though. It was fine.
Yeah. And there's a I don't know if this is a spoiler.
No, no spoilers if it's the
It's
new
not
one.
as it's not the new one. It's Ballad of Songbirds.
Oh, gotcha, that's fine. Then you
And
can
you
spoil that
you
one.
find out like in the first couple of chapters, but you find out that Snow had a baby sister that died in I think childbirth. And when I read that part and then I connected it to Mockingjay when he's like, Katniss, I'm sorry to hear about your sister, I was like, he understands that feeling because he lost his sister.
Yeah.
Snow, you're no longer hot though, because I did read Sunrise on the Reaping, so I will have to put this one in I'm not sleeping. I'm thinking about it all day because it's not I'm not throwing up about it.
It's
I
not
think it's
catching
really
fire level.
oh, but dude, no, there's just so it's just how she connects all these characters is so interesting to me. No, I'm not. I can't. I just need to talk about it. I need to talk about it. Carolyn, can you close your
I need to
ears?
read them. I need to read them. I know I need to read them. Sunrise of the Reaping. Okay, this one literally came
I'm
out last
throwing up.
week. So we
I'm
can't
throwing
really,
up.
so don't say
I'm
anything about
not.
it. Don't say
I'm
anything about it.
not. I will say one thing about it. It's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler.
Go ahead.
But I was taught. So after I read the book, I was like emotional afterwards. And Caitlin, who's my sister, she was like, just tell me like what happened. Because I needed to talk to someone about it. And she's like into the Hunger Games, but she's not gonna watch the movie and she's not gonna read the book. So I was telling her about it and I was talking about how like Suzanne Collins aged her writing in a way where it was more brutal. Like she was talking about like her writing style and she's talking about like what he's witnessing. I was like I I've never experienced this type of writing from her previous books. And then Caitlin was like, "Well, I think it's because she knows that her audience has grown up. So her writing's gonna change based on that." And I was like, "Oh, I guess that makes sense." I don't know. I found it was really interesting.
I'm so excited to read it, dude. T
It's
minus 2 days before I can read it. This is gonna
I'm
turn into
not
your
gonna
Harry Potter
cry.
trigger. It's gonna be the same now. Now I'm
I'm
just gonna
not
have
gonna
to
cry.
say.
I'm not
Okay, we're on the movies now. Okay,
I'm
Hunger
not gonna
Games
cry.
as a movie. Guys, while Maddie cries, I'm gonna explain why the Hunger Games movie is so good. Okay, so the Hunger Games movie was technically an independent film. And when I say that, it was still a big budget production, but it was technically a film that was not part of like the big studios at the time. And then
Yeah.
and so that is why you have like the shaky cam, the costume budget is obviously like low. Like there's like a lot of like little mini things that you're like, oh, this is an indie film. Like
Hmm.
this is low budget.
Totally.
And by low budget,
Yes.
well, plus what? It's gonna be like
Like $6 million.
15, yeah, 15
Um,
million. Okay. But it's so good. And people, and I remember when I saw this movie, everyone was like, I'm throwing up from the shaky cam. Okay, I'm throwing up because it's so freaking
it's
good.
it's so good. Now, do
We
I
are not the
think
same.
they took out a lot from the book? 1,000%. Like there were certain things where I was like, why didn't you just keep that in? Like the cave scene in the book is 10 out of 10, phenomenal, because it takes place like it's just a longer scene. Um,
Yeah, I
and
would say I'm not sleeping because I think like for the first one because
I'm
they
not
do take
sleeping.
out a lot. They do
They did
take
take
out a
out a
lot.
lot, and they took out because I was looking at the illustrated version, and Caitlin was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, in the illustrated version, they added Peta's prosthetic leg because he loses his leg in the first game."
Yeah.
And I was like,
They
"Oh,
just
they
didn't
should have."
do that.
They
I don't know
didn't do
why.
it, but also Suzanne Collins, she helped write the screenplay for the movie. So I'm sure she was like, we don't have the time or the budget or,
Yeah, for the
I'm
first
sure
one they
she
wouldn't have
kept,
had the budget. Yeah.
yeah, like I'm sure she was just like, well, it's not like that most important thing. But to me, it is really important because like the audience, like we need to remember that these are kids in the book.
I think that's what the movies lack the most is that they casted adults, which like brings it down so much because it's so much more powerful when it's like, oh, they're 16. But when they look 35 or okay, 20 to 35, I would say, then it's like it just takes away the
Yeah.
impact. And also they took out Peeta's personality a lot.
Yeah, they
And
did.
that part, that one is the rough one too.
Yeah,
So
but
I would
here's
say
the
they're
other
still
thing.
good. They're still
But
great
here's
movies.
here's the thing is that I cannot picture anyone else to play these parts.
Oh, they were so good. They did such a good
Like
job.
Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, they're so good for the part that I mean, yeah, I probably would have been like just hire them because they understand the characters and like even though it does suck that they don't look like kids, but I don't know, they killed it. Like they killed
They were
it.
good. They were
And
really
maybe
good.
it did make it like a little bit easier to watch because I feel like if you were watching this with like the kids from Percy Jackson, it'd be really hard because those are like they're little
Exactly.
kids.
Yeah.
It's
And
really
it makes
hard to
it
watch
and
that.
I think that's also probably went into their casting decisions of like
Yeah, for
we would have to
sure.
make this movie like R-rated because these kids are straight up dying. I mean like Rue's death is hard enough and they did so good with casting her. Next one. Okay, we'll finish off the other movies first. Okay, Catching Fire, I'm gonna say is throw up level for the
I'm
movie.
throwing up, and I think
So good.
they knew what they were doing with this one, especially I think it's really cool from a filmmaker's point of view, where I don't know if you noticed this. So the entire first part of the movie, like before the games, it has like those black bars, you know?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes,
And then
yes.
as she's going up the tube, the black bars disappear and we're inside of the games with her. And I
Yes.
thought that was
Oh,
so
the
cool.
cinematography is so good and so intentional in that movie. It's crazy. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
It's
I
just
freaking
it's just
love
too
that movie
good.
so much. I love that movie so much.
Me too. And I think the whole RIP, but Finnick f- just he's so good in that movie. And I think one of my favorite parts is when he first walks up to Katniss and he's like, "Oh, like you look great." It's like whatever. And he's like, "Do you want a sugar cube?" And like they're just talking and she's like, well, some people seem to know my secrets before I know them myself. And he's like, I think that's true. And then later, after PETA, his heart stops and he brings him back to life, like PETA and Katniss hug, and you can see the look on Finnick's face where he's like, oh, she's actually in love with him. Like it's not just some play that they're using. Like she actually is in love with him and she doesn't know it yet.
Oh, it's
So
so
good.
good. Where you put Mockingjay? I am not gonna lie to you. I would honestly put it and we agree we like it. I would put it that low
What?
on the movie. I know. That one's just so
No.
tough. That one's tough
It
for me.
is really tough.
It's really hard to watch. Like, okay, then maybe I should put it there. It's a great movie, but it's really hard to watch. Like, it's a really good movie, but it's just tough. Like, it's tough how the book was tough. And I'm just like, dude. But I'll say it wasn't a great movie. So I guess we can put it higher than we agree we like it.
I'm gonna go. I'm not. I'm thinking about it all day. I do love it. But I mean, Catching Fire is just, it just beats every
Oh,
single
it's
time. Because
just the best.
I could talk about Catching Fire all day. Like the Pearl scene,
Oh my gosh.
and then when Peeta's like, you
The
should
baby.
win, you should win. And then he's like, she's like, or he is talking about you should win because, you know, you have all these people back at home waiting for you, but I don't, nobody needs me. And then Catelyn goes, well, I need
All right,
you.
need you. Dude.
And then the part with the baby is really good because I did hear it, I did see it online where it was like Katniss plays the game, but Peeta plays the people. And that's super interesting to me because, I mean, when he's like, oh yeah, if it weren't for the baby, and then he looks at Haymitch and he smiles, and then like you got back to Katniss, and even she's like, am I? Like she believed it so much. She's just like, am I pregnant? Like I don't know. Yeah, I could talk.
So
And
good.
the fact that Cinna gave her that wedding dress that turned into a Mockingjay, knowing what would happen to him, is
Oh,
it's dude, I could talk forever about Catching Fire and Don Graves in
it's
general.
so
Like
good.
it's so good. And then once you're done with Sunrise and the Reaping, we gotta talk about it. And the movie comes out in March 2026. If anyone's listening from that, I will pay you to be on set. I just want to stand in the corner and just watch it happen. I will do anything. I will do anything. Now, the Ballad of
I can't talk about
Songbirds.
this one. I haven't seen it. What'd you think of the Hunger Games musical?
Okay, the movie is okay. Hey, I do think they did a really good job of making it not seem like a musical. I will give them that. I think it's really interesting to learn the history of Lucy Gray and like who she's related to in future stuff. Or like connecting it. But I don't, because her songs are really important. Because after you listen to it and you or read it, you're like, oh, this connects to Catching Fire or this connects to Mockingjay. Like it all connects, Carolyn. It all makes sense. And it's so good.
Where we ranking it?
I'm doing it. I'm not sleeping. I'm thinking about it all day because of so much that happens in it. I think she does a really good job of making everything mean something. So I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh,
Just for
dude, I gotta read
funsies.
them. I feel like I need to reread all of them now. Because
I
man, they're so
reread
good.
them actually recently. I think I read them like 2 years ago because an old coworker of mine was rereading them, and I was like, you know what? I'll join you in that. And I was like, dude, I guess I never got over the Hunger Games.
Well, they're
Never.
just so good. They're
They're
so
really good.
good. Like they were instant classics. Like I remember my entire family was reading them.
Yeah.
Like my parents and us kids, we were all reading them like at the same time because they were just so
Yeah.
good.
And I think it's crazy that that like Hunger Games books have been banned. I think that's actually ridiculous. I think that you can learn so much from the characters. Like I saw this teacher on TikTok and
Yeah,
she's
she's reading
she's
them to the kids. I saw that
she's
one
reading them to the
too.
kids and she's teaching them so much about like what a dialogue means or like why a character does what they do and just everything. Like that's like these books are important. We should be reading them.
Yeah,
That's all. That's all I
they
have.
are. They are,
I
guys.
love
And I hope
it.
you do read them. And then I hope you watch the movies. And then I hope that you hate or like the movies as much as we did. I think it's funny that the only things on the negative side of our tier list are the like movies of them.
Yeah.
So, Maddie and I are gonna read that, or we're gonna watch that selection pilot and see if it should have been unaired because it's very
It's gonna
possible
be
it's
a
really
bonus
bad.
episode.
Bonus
Let's do
episode,
it right
us talking
now.
about the selection. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
I hope you
And
guys
next
read
week,
the next Hunger Games and that you like it.
if it's technically my turn to pick a book of the month, I'm picking Sunrise on the Reaping because we're gonna talk about it.
I think so. I would totally we'll do a breakdown,
It
guys. Join us next week for a
we'll do a
breakdown
breakdown
of
because
Sunrise to Repeat.
I don't know about you, but I have lots of notes.
I'm just
So
super excited.
And
I'm
we're gonna
super
do what we
excited.
usually do, guys. Okay, don't freak out. It's gonna be like the first 10 minutes of the podcast, spoiler free. But for those who have read the book and who love it, and maybe you don't care, you just want to listen anyways, then the rest will be, talking
Yeah.
about or something. Hey, Mr. Haymitch himself.
Yeah, we're bringing Hey Mitch on. So
Love of my life. Hey, I hope you're proud of me, Carolyn, because I did not picture Chris Evans this time.
good job.
I pictured someone way different, but it's fine.
And
I
we'll
love
talk
him.
about it next week, guys. Join us next
Heck
week
yeah.
and have a great weekend, guys.
Bye, guys.